So that's one of the. Sorry about that. That's one of the guys that podcast for my network. I don't know why that started, but uh,
Pretty cool though. It's a cool little intro.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I make all the intros. He's a really cool guy. He's big on Iowa. He has former Iowa basketball players on his program. Really, really neat. Dean's really cool. But thank you for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. So first of all, I just want to start like you played at Clemson. I watched you play at Clemson back in the day. You were three-time coach of the year in your previous conference. You had freshman All-Americans. You had players of the year. Really cool record. You had one tie. And I just want to ask about that. Like, what was that one tie? Because I saw that.
Well, the Division 2, sometimes some of the places you play don't always have lights, and they schedule games around it. So we had a doubleheader. It went into extra innings. We ran out of time. That was my first experience with a tie, and I think it's probably 10 years ago. But yeah, I never heard of a tie in baseball, but we ran out of time. It got dark. On the second game of a doubleheader, we played extra innings, so ended in a tie. And I don't know how I feel about the tie though. I'd rather have a winner and a loser each time we play.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of a tie in baseball either. I was like, I'm asking that question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen it before also too when a lot of times on getaway days, if a team's got a flight to catch and it gets extended, sometimes you'll see a tie there because they got to catch the flight. But no, it doesn't happen very often. I didn't particularly like it though.
That's really cool though. I was like, that's a really cool stat to have because you never see the one in
Nah,
base.
yeah.
Um, Also, so like you've had a tremendous coaching career. You played at Clemson. That's the top level. Clemson, a fantastic program. Jack Leggett is a legend. It was those Jack Leggett and those Ray Tanner games, man. Those were the best. Those were the days right there.
Hmm. Intense. I mean, I had it. I've been fortunate to play for a lot of good coaches, and on that one staff, maybe one of the best college coaching staffs in the history of the game. You got Coach Leggett, this Hall of Famer. You've got Tim Corbin was the assistant coach. He's head coach at Vanderbilt now. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. You got Kevin O'Sullivan, who's the head coach at Florida. Is going to be a Hall of Famer, and then obviously Coach Bakich is back there at Clemson, and he was on the staff too. So. That was a turning point for me because I saw the difference that coaches can make, and that they obviously they're good for a reason, but they all do the same things. Their attention to detail, they care about their players, and they want to make sure that their group's more prepared than the other team every time you show up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Vandy and Florida, both of them great coaches on that squad have national championships to their name now. I'm very big on college baseball. I'm a huge fan of college baseball. So I noticed last year at Citadel, 21-38 record, but 3-18 in the conference, which means they had some pretty good success outside of the conference. Of course, the conference to play is always the toughest.
Yeah. So for us, I mean, we're not trying to focus on our conference record or set numerical goals, I guess, at the moment. We want to improve, and I want them to show up and make each day the same day. And when we can do that, you don't make certain games bigger than others, and we got to get a little more consistent. I think we've got, and the numbers will show that we've got ability here to compete and compete with teams at different levels. But the best teams are the most consistent, and we're trying to work on that right now and being a little more consistent. We lost some good players off of that team that transferred to bigger places too. That team didn't have a lot of success, but the one positive we've got going is we've got a lot of older guys in the program that have been here for a while that have put in their time. They don't have a lot of experience, but they're older and they've worked and they've prepared for their opportunity and their opportunities coming. And so we're not young. We lack some experience, but we do have guys that have put in their time and worked and prepared for this, and I think are excited to have an opportunity to help this program. I think I may have lost you, man. Can you hear me?
Hey man,
Oh,
apologies. I had a work trip and my iPhone got too hot. I guess living in the South got to me. Um, I really apologize for that.
no problem. No problem. I kept going for a little bit on there. We could start over or whatever you need, but I saw where it lost you, but I just answered the question. Go, but we can go back to it. You got me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right. Can you hear me?
I got you now.
Sorry about that, man.
No, you're good.
I had a work trip. I'm usually in my studio, so I had to do it from the car, and then my phone got too hot. And I'm sorry.
No, you're
Um,
good.
but like I was saying, conference play seems to be what's going to be the big deal this year. How do you combat that, knowing that it was a rough tenure through that?
Yeah, well, we're trying to prepare by maybe playing a little tougher schedule leading up to it and challenging these guys. We've got several teams that, um, made the postseason last year or were bubble teams on the postseason. So it'll be a good challenge for us. And I think the more we challenge ourselves early on, the more we'll be prepared in conference play. We're trying to talk about not making one day, one game more important than the other. And I think maybe at times here when you've struggled in conference play, you tend to make that a bigger deal. We're one bid league at the moment, so it is the most important games. But I think we can only improve if we treat the other games and put the same value on those too. And we're trying to treat practice the same way right now. The one thing about this place is it creates a little toughness, and these guys work. They're not afraid to work, and I've been impressed with that. And I think that we're trying to continue that as we go. The conference play starts, it seems like a year from now, with so many games in front of it, but we've got a lot of opportunities to get better. So hopefully we're more prepared when we start conference play than we are today. And if we're not, it falls on me.
Oh yeah. So you have some unique challenges at Citadel, right? You guys don't use the transfer portal. You got to get up early and do military drill. So I know recruiting there's got to be a little tough because not a lot of 18-year-olds want to get up at 4 in the morning, get dressed, and do all that stuff. How do you have a selling point knowing that you have these challenges, can't use the portal and all that?
Yeah. There's no denying it. There are challenges here, but I think if you really take a deeper look into most programs, every program's got certain challenges that they're facing. Ours is finding the right person. I think that's the biggest challenge. Is this place isn't for everyone. And I certainly respect the people that go through it and do it here. They're prepared. There is no doubt that the cadets, after finishing this school, regardless of whether they play a sport or not, are prepared for the next step. And we'll have a lot of them that'll serve our country here, and we need them to be prepared. So um, this place helps them in a lot of different ways. The structure, the discipline, accountability. It's all things that I value within a baseball program. So it was no-brainer for me because this school fits my style, and we're just going to have to probably go through a few more guys than most places to find the right fit. But there's certainly people that want to be a part of this program, this school. The tradition that we have, the brand is much bigger than a lot of schools at this level, just because the military, and it's the Military College of South Carolina. So, yeah, you finding the right guys and then being honest with them about what they're getting themselves into, because we can't afford guys to come in here and be shell shocked and then leave right away. Not because they're transferring somewhere else to a so-called bigger place, but just because they weren't ready for the challenges that the school is going to put on them. So trying to be honest, I'm trying to learn too. And top priority was hiring people that know about this place. So I've hired several guys on the staff that have been a part of this program. Coach Beckley, David Beckley, Hall of Famer here, been a part of over 600 wins as a player and coach here. So he's seen it over a long period of time, and he's a winner and knows the place. Went to school here, graduated from here. Pitching coach James Reeves, Citadel alum, SoCon Pitcher of the Year here. Played pro ball for a while. He knows the place. The place means something to him, and the more I'm around it, alumni care about this place more than most alumni at schools and universities. Just because they all share the same thing. They all went through the same things, and they know how tough it is. So hiring those people and getting some guys back that can help teach me too. And then I told the guys from day one, I'm trying to learn, and I want to learn from them too. And my family, we live right here on inside the gates on campus, and it's been an eye-opening experience. And every day is an opportunity to learn something new about this place. But as I go through it, you value what this place stands for more and more and more. And I'm thankful for this opportunity. I know from the outside, people think there's a lot of challenges and the recruiting.
I don't know if we lost him or lost me. All right, there you are. I don't know if I cut out or you cut out. I apologize.
I may have lost you for a minute there.
It happens. I remember when I was interviewing Maurice, the athletic director called him right in the middle of it, cut us off.
I can't hear you, man.
Oh. What about now?
I can't hear you. Let me make sure here. Got no voice for you.
What about now? Can you hear me?
I can't.
All right, 1 second.
Gotcha. I can hear you now. I can hear the car and stuff. I couldn't hear you. I don't know what was going on.
I apologize. Like I'm normally in my studio, but like I said, I had work thing I had to come do. But yeah, I remember when I was interviewing Maurice, the athletic director called and it cut us off for like 5 minutes, and like the whole thing went dark.
I was just talking about the guy I was talking about just called me. He must have heard me. James Reeves. I was talking about the pitching coach, and then he rings in and cuts me off on here. He must have thought I was about to say something bad about him, you know.
Yeah, same thing happened to him. That's I was like, man, that's weird. But yeah, no, it is cool because when I asked Maurice the same question, he was like, I just sell 4 for 40. Give me 4 years, prepare for 40 years of your life. And that's a big selling point, especially if you can explain to them how tough life is and how much of a benefit this is.
Yeah, 100%. And play on the other side, I mean, with this transfer portal and people jumping around, I think we got more to keep people here than most places. When guys go through this first year here and they go through another year, they want to finish. They want that gold band. They want the gold ring. Um, they want to graduate from here because the numbers don't lie. These guys are prepared and they're being hired and making more money than any school in the Southeast. So it's, and if from the outside with never being here, I would look to hire a Citadel type person because you know what they've gone through, you know the structure, you know they're have some discipline, and it's a lot like guys want to hire people from athletic teams, college players, because of the structure, team aspect, and leadership type qualities, and that's what the Citadel breeds is leaders, and it's just been fun to be around it, and I continue to learn. But I've also got to understand that I'm the leader of this baseball program too, and I got to do my job and lead in the right way and lead by example. And a lot of people have asked me, and I don't think this is not my program, and I'm not trying to change this program. I'm trying to come in and do my job, do my part, but help these guys understand that a lot of players before us, there'll be a lot of players after us. We need to appreciate and respect the opportunities we have to be a part of this and make the most out of it. And they bought in from day one, and it has been awesome. Now, the biggest negative in college athletics we haven't experienced yet, and that's the losing and how you handle that and how you bounce back the next day, because college baseball, nobody's going undefeated, and the teams that can handle bad days and respond and handle a little adversity and show up and turn the page from the day before and not let it affect the next day, or the teams that continue to get better throughout. So that'll be the next challenge, but they've met every challenge that we put on them to this point, and I get excited to go to the field each day just because of the group and what they're about.
Man, that is awesome. I won't take much more of your time. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully, maybe after the season we can do another interview and see how things went. I would love that.
Absolutely. And if we want to get some of the guys on there at some point, if you ever want to do anything, I'll be more than happy to help with it. I want these guys to get as much exposure as they can. They deserve it. They go through a lot, so certainly want them to do some of the other stuff too.
Hey, look, anytime they want to come on, we reached over 10 million people in the month of December. We're getting really, really good out there. I will let them have any platform they want. Like, I love Citadel Athletics. Y'all have been really good to me at this point. So I'm excited. Anything you need, I will accommodate.
That's awesome. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Hey, appreciate it. I'll get this interview up later today. I'm going to go back in and finish what I was doing. But I super appreciate your time, my friend, and thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks a lot. Appreciate what you guys do. All right.
Thank you.
All right. See you.
I will never be free now, my baby. No, no.